Rock, paper, scissors?
Okay.
Ready. Come on, come on. Ready? Haha.
Does that mean
That means you go
choose?
first.
Matthew. Very shortly after I met you, I knew this day would come. I didn't know when, I didn't know where, and I certainly didn't know it would be in the Scottish Highlands. But one thing I knew for certain was that I was going to spend the rest of my life with you. I believe there is a great misconception about what it means to find your soulmate, that they are someone you simply can't live without, that you wander the earth aimlessly and incomplete until the day you finally meet them. While a romantic idea, I would have to disagree. I know that apart from each other, we are complete and full human beings with our own thoughts, our dreams, desires, fears, and so much more. We are like peanut butter and chocolate, so good by ourselves, but when you put us together, we are something so delicious that makes complete sense. Because being with you is not about needing you to complete me. It is about choosing you and wanting you because you bring out the best in me, which you selflessly do every single day in your actions and in your words. As someone who loves all things fantasy, everything from Disney to Dungeons and Dragons, I have conjured up so many different versions of who I might build my kingdom with one day. None of those prototypes have ever come close to you. You are far more kind, brave, handsome, gentle, loving, patient, and wonderful than any of them. So I can say with every fiber of my being that you are even more than I thought I deserved in my wildest dreams. I promise to do everything in my power to make you as happy as you've made me. I promise to hold you on the days where there is sun, and even tighter during the storms. I promise to give you the best of me even when it's hardest on my worst days. I promise to love your family as I love my own. I promise that I will not come between you and your video games and your super long showers. I promise to do my part in raising our future children to be both kind and strong, and to leave the world a little better than when they got here. And I promise to instill in our children that should they want to share their lives with someone someday, that they deserve no less than the incredible love and devotion you show me every day. And most importantly, as long as I'm living, I promise to choose you over and over again every single day. Today, I give you my heart, my soul, and everything I am. I love you and I like you.
What's funny is that
What are they similar?
the intro is opposite.
Oh no.
Honestly, I'm amazed to find myself here today. In my life, marriage seemed so nebulous, far away, out of reach. This is not because I thought myself incapable of it, but rather it required finding someone who has the unfortunate task of meeting the following criteria. 1, can withstand long periods of time with me. 2, actually seems to enjoy that time. 3, actively seeks out that time with me. And 4, wants to build a future based around spending time with me. How serendipitous, indeed, that the same person who meets these very stringent criteria also happens to be the most loving, caring, honest, and trustworthy person I've ever met. I have never been one to make huge professions of love, to serenade or seduce with words or prose, because while words are important and have value, I believe that they must always be supported by actions. I believe that you and I are here today on the other side of the world in the most beautiful place I've ever seen, because verbally or not, vows have already been spoken. Thus, I hope that the promises I make are not a surprise, but instead a reinforcement of what you have seen from my actions already. If so, then there is truly nothing that can come between us. Kristen, I promise that whatever happens in life, I will always love you. I know that I can make this promise because you are the single most trustworthy person I know, shown through daily acts of kindness and love over 5 years. Your actions show that I have found someone who truly loves, trusts, and respects me. I promise that I will always support you. I know this to be true from the many life decisions we have already made together. It has been amazing to see how far we have come in the 5 short years that we have been together. Our mutual support of each other embodies the phrase, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts." If our history is to teach us about our future, then we have the best days ahead. I promise that I will always respect your opinion, desires, and wishes. I think that this is one of the most important promises I can make. When I look back on all the things we have accomplished, it was because both of our opinions were respected and together a best solution was found. I can't help but feel that this is just a fraction of what I wish I could convey to you, so I'm going to make this final vow. I promise to treat these vows only as a first draft, one that works for the here and now, but also is able to morph and grow as we evolve as a partnership. I want to end with a quote I knew that I would say to you the moment we saw it from our favorite TV show. The things that you have done for me to help me, support me, surprise me, to make me happy, go above and beyond what any person deserves. You're all that I need. I love you and I like you. Leslie Knope, Matthew Thompson, Mike Gretzky.
For you both, this moment is an amazing part of your lives. This location in Glencoe at the Lochan, a great location in Scotland, will mean so much to you from this point forward. This place in your hearts will be with you, even though you don't live here. Echoed in these words by a great poet called John Muir, going to the mountains is going home. And you both know home can be a house with windows, doors and roofs. Home is also in each other's hearts, in a hug, in a kiss. I asked why you want to be married. Matthew, this is a very simple question to answer. You said to me, Gary, why would I not want to marry my best friend? In your life, Matthew, you've never had a person with who you are more comfortable just being yourself. Marriage is also the next logical step. You wanted Kristen to feel secure in your relationship, that it was not some ephemeral thing that could be discarded at a moment's notice. As you shared, Matt, for you, marriage has taken that relationship to something greater, a vow, a bond, a promise. You wrote Kristen that Matthew is your best friend. You want to marry Matthew because he is your everything. He's the first thing you think about when you wake up, the last thing you think about when you're falling asleep. Now that you know him and his soul, now that you have held his hand in yours, you'll never be able to see yourself without Matthew by your side. He challenges you. Matthew makes you want to be a better version of yourself. And this is so important. When Kristen, you feel like the biggest failure in the world, Matthew's a person who's holding you while you cry. He encourages you to, but when you're scared, to take risks, assuring you that he is there to catch you if you fall. And that, for me, Kristen, definition of love, of true love. This first knot, Matthew, your love for Kristen. The second knot, Kristen, your love for Matthew. Life together always, hand in hand, mind with mind, and heart to heart. And hand in hand and hand in hand, these words you've asked me to say. Carl Sagan wrote these important words. Our ancestors groped in darkness to make sense of their surroundings. Powerless before nature, they invented rituals and myths, some desperate and cruel, others imaginative and benign. As long as there have been humans, we have searched for our place in the cosmos. Where are we? Who are we? We find that we live on an insignificant planet of a humdrum star lost in a galaxy tucked away in some forgotten corner of a universe in which there are far more galaxies than people. We make our world significant by the courage of our questions, by the depth of our answers. To my mind, there is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits than this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly and compassionately with one another, to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we have ever known. For small creatures such as we, the vastness is bearable only through love. Matthew and Kristen, you've made a great choice in life on this day. Because on this day you've pledged your love and respect for each other, made your promises, Stand by each other through whatever life may throw at you. Let the mountains and the trees hear these two words. Husband and wife!